What do you do when trusting God feels impossible? When everything in life feels uncertain and you're left wondering if God is really there, listening to your prayers. If you're like me, you've been there, caught between holding on to faith and being overwhelmed by your doubt. Lately, I've been in that exact place. I recently made a decision that completely shifted my life. I quit my job with no backup plan, no other job, and for weeks I had no idea what would come next. It was hard and uncomfortable, and honestly, I doubted if I had made the right choice. There were times when I even regretted my decision, even though I made the decision with obedience to God. But in that waiting, in those moments of uncertainty, God was teaching me something deeper about trust. So I didn't really know what I wanted to read in my Bible this morning, and the Lord led me to Philippians. I wanted to come on here and I just wanted to tell my whole job transition story and how I quit my job on nothing but with nothing but the faith of God to walk with me. That's the only thing I walked out with. I didn't walk out, but I'm saying I just quit my job with no backup plan, no backup job, no nothing. And now here I am, I have a new job and all these things, and I just really felt led to share this. And he led me to Philippians, and it's just really just great because the first thing I ran into in Philippians 1 verses 12 through 14, and it says, "I want you to know, brothers, that what has happened to me has really served to advance the gospel, so that it has become known throughout the whole imperial guard and to all the rest that my imprisonment is for Christ. And most of the brothers, having become confident in the Lord by my imprisonment, are much more bold to speak the word without fear." And I wrote beside it in my Bible, I put the bigger picture. And when we're suffering, it's so easy for us to just get so caught up in the suffering that we don't see the bigger picture. And knowing God and getting to know God throughout my whole walk with God, I've learned that suffering is never for nothing. And it's just really nothing is never for nothing. God is always doing things for a reason. It's always making me a better person and a better woman of God. And I just want to say that whatever you're going through, whatever you're struggling to trust God with, just know that on the other side is closeness to God, better relationship with God, and that God never is making you go through what you're going through for nothing. He's never making you wait for nothing. He's never keeping you in a certain place for no reason. There's so much purpose in our lives with God, and that is something to celebrate. And the fact that God led me to that, it's just God is never making you suffer for nothing. He's never making you wait for nothing. And there's always reason to trust him because of testimonies like mine and thousands of others. And my kind of testimony right now is that suffering is never for nothing. So I quit my job today. I no called, no showed, and as you can see, I'm really scared right now, actually. I'm taking a big gigantic leap of faith, and I'm just putting my everything into God's faithfulness and trusting in him. And the only reason I'm making this video is so I can have a documentation and have a testimony for God's faithfulness, because I know God will come through, and I know he will provide me with another job, or however he sees fit, whatever his will, let it be done. But it was obedience, doing what the Lord was telling me to do. And during that time in my life, I just kept hearing sermons about faith, seeing posts about faith, and just like giving everything to God, just like on faith, and just like doing that thing that you've been scared to do from your lack of faith. Like there's always something that's scary and we're not doing it because we like our faith like is lacking. And it's just so crazy because throughout the whole time I was going through this, which I kind of sort of still am, but like I have a job now, so, but I kept hearing like that I Know the Lord Will Provide song by Alicia Worship. That song was like playing like every single week I was going through this at church. Like they even introduced the song like literally that Sunday, like after I left my job, that was like that song was introduced on the in the worship service, and I was like, okay, I see you, God. During it was really hard. I'm not gonna say like trusting God is easy and just doing something crazy like what I did was easy, but God has equipped me to do hard things, and I feel like sometimes, a lot of the times, we hold ourselves back because we forget that we have God. Can you record, please? Okay. It's dirty. Hello? Stop the madness. I don't know what that is, but hello, everyone. I just got done crying first, but I am currently unemployed, as you probably already saw earlier, and now my car is in the shop and I don't know what's gonna happen with my car. He's gonna have to keep it for a couple of days, so I'm quite literally stuck in this apartment, and I've been given no choice but to make videos. Is there something in my nose? Whatever. But now that I'm done crying like a baby, I'm just gonna try and learn, like, grow from this, whatever is happening right now. That's out of my control. I'm gonna focus on what I can control, and I can make videos. I can do stuff that I've been procrastinating and all that. So that's what I'm gonna do with this time, and I'm trying to make this into a like documentary thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this footage, but yeah, I am good. Well, I'm crying, so it looks like I'm not good, but like I'm gonna be good, and I have faith that I know that everything the Lord does has purpose, and suffering is never for nothing. During this time, like, I had a whole like why me moment, and I think we all have those moments where we're like, why are you doing this to me? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, but something that I've learned throughout this whole process is why not you. Like I said, God doesn't give us these, like, God doesn't do anything for no reason. And not to be corny or anything, but that phrase where it says God gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers, or however the phrase goes, it's like I feel like it's like a corny phrase or whatever, but it's true though. Like, even God says, like, he'll give us more than we can handle because we have him. The reason he's putting you through what he's putting you could just be solely because he wants you to lean on him more. And I feel like in my case, that was it, because I had never been so close to God and just putting everything. I had never put so much trust and faith in God ever in my life than during that time, and even right now. And now it's just kind of trained me in my mind to always have that, whether I'm broke, rich, million subscribers, no subscribers, good job, bad job, whatever I'm going through, it's just to always be leaning on him, depending on him, and trusting in him. So today is Monday, and I'm feeling a little anxious because I start my new job on Wednesday, and I'm just trying to just enjoy every little moment I have of freedom. Going into the 9-to-5 life. I'm like excited to get back on my feet and to not be broke anymore, because I'm broke, and it's just been a bit of a struggle bus I haven't been unemployed. That's the funny thing about this whole thing. Like, I haven't been unemployed. I've been employed. It's just been taking so long for me to actually start working my job. Like, it's so funny if you really think about it. But anyway, blah blah blah. I start my new job on Wednesday, and I'm feeling eternally grateful to God for, number one, being gracious on me and for providing, because like, even though I feel broke, like, things could be a lot worse. A lot worse. And shout out to my boyfriend, because he's been so good like this entire time. Like I said, I'm just excited to get back on my feet and to like be stable again, even though I know in my heart I want to do content creation for a living. I don't want to be broke either. But anyway, I just want to come in here. I don't want to talk really. I just got done editing a video and now it's premiering. Go watch that. Sorry if the camera was shaking. So go watch that if you haven't. This is in no way, form, or fashion me encouraging you to quit your job. This is just me encouraging you to be obedient to the Lord's voice when you hear it, and to follow that discernment, and to follow that conviction, and to do something that might be a little scary, but just don't forget that you have God. Don't forget to trust in God. Don't forget to lean on God. And now, like I said, now a month later, I have a new job. I literally just started training like last week. It's a job. It's not a terrible job. It's not a terrible environment at all. It's just, right now, it's just a lot of learning and all those things. And it is a 9 to 5, and I never dream of having a 9 to 5. I don't want that life, but right now I'm trusting in God and trusting in where He's put me at, and while I'm continuing to pursue what I know I really want to do in my life, which is YouTube. And I'm just feeling grateful every time I think about it. It's just crazy because I don't know like how I paid my rent last month. And the fact that I still didn't pay my rent this month, I'm still sitting here in this apartment. My car is fine. I still have my car. And it was hard. And would I want to do it again? No. But if God told me to do it again, I would. Again, though, do I want to do it again? No. At that point, I feel like it'd be like playing around and be like, oh, like I did it last time, I could do it again. No, that's not the energy I'm on at all. But this whole like transition in this time in my life has really just deepened my relationship with God and made me trust in Him more, not only for my job choices and my career choices, but just life in general, and to know that when you bet on God, you're gonna win every time. Hey guys. Okay, so I'm currently like in the middle of training. We're on like a 15-minute break, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can vlog, I can talk to you guys. But I just wanted to like come and like say how like I'm like, cause I'm like telling you guys the story of how I like got here, and like how it's just so funny that like how God works, and like that I'm here, and this is such a stable job. I don't know, it's like kind of surreal. And the whole point of me making this video is just to encourage you guys to like always step on our faith, and to always bet on God, and everything's gonna be all right. Like, I'm a perfect example. Look at me right here right now, sitting here, got a fantastic job. My first day, I'm just so excited, and it's just like I'm already thinking about the fact that I'm off Saturday and Sunday, and I'm like, I don't have to worry about possibly working, and it's just like when you do have to work on Saturday, you get like a half day, no Sundays. So don't worry, the vlogging will never stop. So only downside is I miss my boyfriend, but that's neither here or there. And at the end of the day, another thing I learned is that all we truly need is God. And that's such a phrase I feel like people just say, but when it actually is happening to you, and like you're actually in a position where you don't have a job and you don't have anything else, and God literally is all you have, This is me telling you that it's all you need. Felt a conviction and I followed it, and I can never like regret that. And like I said, I feel good about it. The only reason I'm really crying is just because of like fear, but there is no fear in love, and I love God, and I love him so much that I don't care about not having a job right now, because I know God does not want me to be somewhere where he literally just, his name is being just thrown around as for someone's image. I'm sorry, I'm crying. I didn't I'm crying, but yeah, his name is just being used for an image and all these things. And so I left and I am making this video to just show future Tiffany that what she did was good, and God is always good and he's always faithful, and we can always trust him. And I know I've been a living testimony to that, and I'm gonna continue to be a testimony to that no matter how scary it gets. And I have amazing people in my life who support me and just give me confirmation that I did the right thing. And I'm just grateful for that. And tomorrow's a new day, the start of a new beginning. And yeah, I love my Abba, and I would do anything for him, and this is all for him. So yeah. For it has been granted to you that for the sake of Christ you should not only believe in him but also suffer for his sake. I would do all that over again, as hard as it was, as tight of a spot I'm in right now. I would do it all again. And the Lord has taught me a lot, even about money, just to like always have something like saved, and to always have something else, you know. Just my encouragement to you guys to trust in the Lord always, hope in the Lord always, because you will never lose doing that way. He will never lead you astray, and suffering is never for nothing. Waiting is never for nothing. Just continue to trust in God and hope in God, and keep praying. The devil hates that. The devil hates when we go through something bad and we're suffering and we pick ourselves back up. The devil actually despises that. So whatever the devil is using to try to kick you down and keep you down, you keep trusting in God, and you keep praying, and you get back up, and you trying to find that light that the Lord is always trying to show us, because the Lord is always puts little light in our suffering, because at the end of the day we're in this world, and I feel like we're all always going to be suffering in some way. So look for the light, stay focused on the light, Jesus. So yeah, I love you guys very much. I really appreciate you for clicking on this video, and that's all I have. Bye.